What's going to happen when I die? If I met God in the unlikely event after I died, I think the first thing I'd say is, well, which one are you? Are you Zeus? Are you Thor? Are you Baal? Are you Mithras? Are you Yahweh? Which God are you? And why did you take such great pains to conceal yourself and to hide away from us?
A huge sphere of 12.756 kilometers in radius is moving rapidly in the space in a speed of almost 68,000 miles per hour. It is called the Earth. The Earth is surrounded by an atmosphere of 5 layers consisting of hydrogen, oxygen, and inert gases. At the same time, the Earth rotates around its axis at 1,000 miles per hour. I will not speak about the greatness of the universe or the incredible galaxies, which the Earth looks like a speck of dust on the foothill of Everest in comparison to them. And I will not speak about the countless numbers of light years with endless zeros. I have heard a lot of talking from the atheists in the world. But the thing they say, and I did not understand until now, is that they do not believe in God because they cannot see Him. I do not know how they cannot see Him, while I can see the creation of God all the time, in every inch around me. Why does water have very unique properties in comparison to all other liquids? Why does Earth rotate in definite speed and in an accurate angle? Example, 23.5 degrees. Why is the Sun located at such an enormous distance and has such high temperature? Why the atmosphere has certain components in specific measures? When you ponder on the answers to these questions, you will see the great Creator revealing Himself clearly. The Earth rotates around its axis at 1,000 miles per hour. Assuming that this speed decreases to 200 miles per hour, for instance, our night and day times would be 10 times longer. The temperature at the daytime would continue to increase till we burn, and the temperature at the night would continue to decrease until we freeze. Humans would not be able to organize their time, sleep, and work during the very long daylights or the darkness of night. All of the measures in this planet are regularized and adjusted for the benefits of one creature, the only creature that has a mind capable of understanding and realizing. Is there a message to us from the One who has created all this? Why the only liquid necessary for life is also the only liquid that decreases in density when it freezes, and then it floats. If water was exactly like the rest of liquids in terms of characteristics, the seas, rivers, and oceans would totally freeze, and fish and animals of seas and oceans would die. Without the sun, we would not be able to live on this planet. It is a sterilizer and light. The temperature on the surface of the sun is 12,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and the distance between the sun and Earth is nearly 93 million miles. This enormous distance is constant. It never changes, whether to increase or decrease. If it decreases and the sun becomes nearer to the Earth, half of the distance, for example, the paper and wood will immediately burn. And if the distance increases to the double, the severe coldness which will happen because of the big distance will end life on Earth. If you realize these facts, you will also realize that there is a merciful Lord that organized such delicate, punctual messiahs on our planet in a system that suits us in a specific way to make our lives easy and smooth. This Earth rotates around the Sun in an angle of 23.5 degrees. This leads to the succession of seasons, and it also causes the suitability of the land for cultivation and housing. If Earth was not rotating in such accurate angle, the seasons would remain constant in every part of the Earth, and darkness would cover the two poles. The steam of seas will travel to the north and south. The snowy mountains will spread in some regions, and the arid deserts in other regions. The only way to avoid this is the rotation of the Earth in the space in an angle of 23.5 degrees. If the atmosphere has less thickness or different components, the meteors that we see bright at night, moving into space 90 times faster than the bullet, would have penetrated the atmosphere, burning everything on Earth. The amazing thing is that the atmosphere only allows very nominal amounts of solar radiation important for the growth of plants, elimination of germs, and other needs for the Earth. Is nature capable of regulating all these specific measurements and definite dates to suit us? This balance of quantities needed for the life on Earth is very amazing. The air consists of 6 gases, 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. Why these gases were formed in such accurate percentages to be suitable to our lives and exactly as needed? If this existence was not under the dominance of a mighty, great, and wise Creator, then why does it have such amazing, balanced soul? As if everything is just gathered to play a harmonious symphony. This symphony is only for us. The answer is quite simple. He is the ever-wise. He is the ever-magnificent. He is the ever-great. He is the ever-merciful. He is the omnipotent. He is the generous. He is the ever-affectionate. He is the ever-glorious, the eternal owner of sovereignty, the owner of majesty and bounty. He is Allah.
قل لمن الأرض ومن فيها إن كنتم تعلمون سيقولون لله قل أفلا تذكرون قل من رب السماوات السبع ورب العرش العظيم سيقولون لله قل أفلا تتقون قل من بيده ملكوت كل شيء وهو يجير ولا يجار عليه إن كنتم تعلمون سيقولون لله قل يسحرون.
The absurdity of life in the absence of God. I want everyone to ask themselves a question. What does life mean in the absence of God? Does life hold any ultimate meaning or purpose? The reality is, when we ponder over this question, very soon we come to realize that life has no actual meaning. There is no absolute meaning or purpose to life, because in the absence of God, all you are is an accident. An accidental byproduct of a lengthy evolutionary process. A cosmic orphan, nothing more than this. So what does this mean? This means that whether you live like a sinner or a saint, it does not really matter, because your end is the same. 6 foot under, being eaten by worms, maggots, and whatever else there may be. So can you claim any ultimate purpose to life? Again, in the absence of God, there is no ultimate purpose. Accidents don't really have a purpose. You can ascribe purpose to yourself. You can tell yourself, oh, I'm going to be a doctor, an engineer, a scientist, a physicist, whatever it may be. But this is nothing short of deluding yourself. You're lying to yourself. You're just making things up, plucking things out of thin air. So in conclusion, I guess, in the absence of God, if you deny God, you deny your very existence, your very self. In the absence of God, all you are is an accident waiting to die. Now, as morbid as that sounds, that's the reality, if you choose to accept that worldview. But the reality is, the actual reality is, God does exist, and He created us with a purpose. And Allah, God, probes this thinking, this questioning in the Quran when He says, oh, do you think we have created you without purpose, in play, and that you will not be brought back to us? The reality, brothers, sisters, and friends, is that we were created and we will be taken back to God. Now, exactly why He created us, with what purpose, can be found in the Quran itself. And I'm not going to give you that, because I want you to go away and make that decision, make that choice, whether you want to find that purpose, discover it, or not.
I'm truly wishing you well. Whenever I have to tell you to wake up cause you fell asleep, it's time to pray. I bet your soul that you'd wish you woke up in time for this. Instead you slept and you missed it cause you slept too late. You still were snoring, ripped jeans are showing, late night, now it's morning. When will you get going, Yanni? Hey, I should smack you, cause you're so lazy. So go pray Fajr, inshallah maybe I see the sunlight. You're such a baby, now go pray Fajr, inshallah maybe. Hey, I should smack you, cause you're so lazy. So go pray Fajr, inshallah maybe I see the sunlight. You're such a baby, now go pray Fajr, inshallah maybe. You know it's time, heard the call. You took no time with the fall, and now you sleeping it off. But still you have to pray. You know it's haram to steal. Prayer is better than sleep. I know you're still counting sheep, but still you have to.
What if I told you that a Benz was made by no designer, that the tires came into existence because the car needed to move with no resistance, so then magically appeared 4 round pieces of rubber fitted to the bottom? These things we call tires, and every car at the moment's got them, until we manufacture a car that gets up and it flies, like in Back to the Future, the DeLorean, up in the sky. But the human being has walked and thought since the beginning of our time. It wasn't like somewhere during the process our creator implemented a different design, but still you want to deny. Think while you still have time. Our perfect creator makes no mistakes, so the closing of the eyes can't change the reality of our existing purpose to our design. And you can't change the truth even if you sweep it under the carpet. You can't change the truth even if you sell it in the market. And when you turn off the lights and close your blinds, your room becomes the darkest, and things tend to get lost in the dark, so your hearts become the hardest. And the need to move faster won't grow you wings, and the cold of the Antarctic won't grow you fur on your skin. But a man can make a sweater that can keep you warm. This intelligence wasn't an accident. An accident is when you slip and then you fall, and you credit the architect to the building and its design, but then say there's no designer behind the ingenuity of the human eye. And did you say the universe created itself so it brought itself into existence? So you mean to tell me that the universe actually existed before it existed? It's like some crazy game where you play Chinese whispers, where the truth is clear, but what you go spread is something that's twisted. Do you need to see your creator to know that he is real? Do you only believe in things that you can touch and you can feel? Have you ever seen your entire ancestry? Oh, come on now. What's the deal? It's flawed logic robbing you of what is finer. And by the way, the Benz does have a designer.